Princess Diana never needed to raise her voice to be noticed. She would enter any space, and every head would turn, not because of provocative necklines or extravagance, but because of something almost magical that radiated from her. Today, everyday women are discovering that same secret. You know that neighbor who always looks like she just stepped out of a lifestyle magazine? Or that stranger at the supermarket who makes you think, she must be someone important? They know the formula that social media never reveals. 6 specific accessories that create an instant aura of sophistication. While other women spend fortunes on designer clothes believing that is what matters, these intelligent women understand that true luxury lies in the details nobody explains. And the most interesting part? You probably already own at least 3 of these items, but do not know how to use them correctly. If you have made it this far, it is because something inside you also desires that transformation. Subscribe to the channel now. You deserve to discover how to become the woman everyone notices for her elegance, not for excess. Activate the notification bell and leave a like. The 6th accessory will surprise you so much that you will wonder why no one ever told you this before. Cashmere Scarf. Have you ever noticed how some women can turn a simple white blouse into something that looks like it came straight out of a Parisian boutique window? Meanwhile, other women spend fortunes on designer clothes, thinking that will solve their too basic wardrobe issue, but end up with overcrowded closets and still feel invisible. Truly elegant women know the secret is in the texture that touches your face. Skin after 50 needs allies, not enemies, and synthetic fabrics are practically a declaration of war against sophistication. This even happened to Anna Wintour herself, who built an editorial empire around quality accessories, but she still admits that a well-chosen scarf can rescue any mediocre outfit. Cashmere has this almost magical property of creating an aura of instant luxury. It is like an Instagram filter for real life. It works even on days when not even your makeup is cooperating. The truth is, you do not need to sell a kidney to own one of these pieces, but you do need to be strategic. Neutral colors like beige, gray, or navy blue are investments that will work in your favor for years. Before buying, do the hand-to-face test. Place the scarf against your skin and observe whether it enhances or dulls your complexion. Quality cashmere will always make your skin appear more radiant. Avoid synthetic fabrics that create that dull, just woke up tired effect. Follow the 3-finger rule. Your scarf should be at least 3 fingers wide when folded. Scarves that are too thin look cheap, and those that are too thick look like emergency blankets. The trick is to wear them in different ways. Try the asymmetrical knot by looping it around your neck and letting one end fall longer. Then wrap the longer end once and let it drape naturally for a relaxed yet refined look. Here is a tip that may sound obsessive, but makes a real difference. Always store it folded, never hanging. The weight can deform the fibers. A well-cared-for scarf can last decades and literally become more beautiful over time, developing that aged luxury money cannot buy. But wait until you discover how the 2nd accessory can make people mistake you for a European heiress. Silk scarf. There is a striking difference between women who understand elegance and those who simply copy Pinterest looks, and that difference measures exactly 90 square centimeters. This is because the silk scarf is practically analog Photoshop for your face, but most women see it as something only 1960s flight attendants wore, and therefore miss out on the most democratic accessory of sophistication. The truth is, our skin after 50 needs radiant allies, literally. This was even true for Catherine Deneuve, who at 80 years old still manages to appear luminous without looking like she is competing with her granddaughter. She understands that the secret lies in the soft shine of silk, reflecting light onto the face. Most women, however, insist on wearing dull accessories that do exactly the opposite. While other women spend fortunes on treatments to restore youthful glow and undergo expensive, and sometimes questionable, procedures, truly intelligent women know that a well-chosen silk scarf costs a fraction of that and works instantly. The key is to find classic prints, chains, subtle geometrics, or discreet florals that never go out of style. But most importantly, it is about how you position it, loosely around the neck, tied to the handle of your handbag, or even wrapped around the wrist as an improvised bracelet. This happened to me when I discovered that thrift stores hide true vintage treasures at incredibly low prices. So you do not need to go broke to achieve that je ne sais quoi that makes people wonder how you always look so elegant. But the third accessory will make you rethink everything you believe about being dated versus being timeless. Small gold earrings. The difference between looking like a sophisticated woman and looking like you are trying to compensate for something is often no more than 2 centimeters in diameter. This happens because, after 50, our facial proportions change, and those oversized earrings we wore in our youth begin to look like a desperate attempt to attract attention. Therefore, the secret is to do the opposite of what everyone expects: scale down in order to shine more. While other women accumulate collections of flashy earrings, believing that more is more, and end up looking like walking Christmas trees, truly elegant women have understood that Jennifer Aniston never needed chandelier-sized earrings to be noticed. She consistently wears small gold earrings that create a subtle golden frame around her face. This became clear to me when I discovered that gold has this almost magical property of warming any skin tone, especially when the skin begins to lose the natural glow of youth. But the trick is to choose the right style: small studs, discreet hoops, or tiny geometric pendants that work as strategic points of light. The problem is that many women believe they must spend a fortune on 18-karat gold and therefore deny themselves this essential accessory. However, good quality gold-plated pieces work perfectly for everyday wear. The rule is simple: own 2 basic pairs, one completely smooth for everyday use, and one with a small special detail for moments that call for a bit more shine, but without ever crossing the fine line between elegant and excessive. But the fourth accessory is so controversial that many women have abandoned it out of pure prejudice: delicate gold bracelets. There is a silent conspiracy against mature women that nobody openly discusses. Society wants us to hide our hands, as if they were evidence of a crime called being over 50. This happens because many women internalize that pressure and begin wearing long sleeves in the middle of summer, or hiding their hands in their pockets, missing the opportunity to turn what they see as a flaw into their greatest weapon of elegance. While other women spend fortunes on anti-aging hand creams and submit themselves to painful treatments trying to erase the signs of time as if it were a lost battle, truly intelligent women have understood what Oprah Winfrey has demonstrated for decades. Expressive, well-adorned hands are symbols of power and sophistication, not of age. Delicate gold bracelets work as strategic points of light that redirect attention in a positive way. Every movement of the hands becomes a quiet ballet of golden reflections. But the secret lies in choosing thin pieces that catch the light without screaming, "Look at me." The bracelet stacking trick with 2 or 3 delicate pieces creates visual depth, making your hands appear naturally more youthful and elegant. The combination with a classic watch is practically infallible. It creates that air of effortless elegance that says, "I am a woman who knows exactly who she is," without needing speeches or explanations. But the fifth accessory will shock you. It is something already in your home, and you probably have no idea how powerful it is: discreet pearl necklace. Here is what nobody tells you about pearls. They are the victims of the worst marketing campaign in the history of fashion. This happened because the industry managed to convince entire generations that pearls are reserved for elderly women at tea parties or first ladies at official events, and so millions of women hide their pearl necklaces as if they were evidence of a conservative past life. While other women twist themselves into knots searching for the perfect accessory to brighten the face, spending fortunes on highlighters and increasingly elaborate contouring techniques, the women who truly understand elegance know that pearls work as a natural reflector, a beauty technology that has existed for centuries. This was even true for Claire Underwood, who transformed pearls into a symbol of political power by wearing them as elegant armor in every negotiation. She understood what many women over 50 still resist accepting. The contrast between classic and casual is exactly what creates that effortless sophistication everyone wants to imitate. The secret is to choose medium-sized pearls, not so tiny they disappear, and not so large they shout grandmother's inheritance, and pair them with a basic white t-shirt and jeans. You do not need to go bankrupt buying Mikimoto pearls. High-quality cultured or synthetic pearls create the same visual effect, and more importantly, the same psychological impact. You instantly feel more elegant and confident. But get ready. The sixth accessory is so unexpected that it will change your perspective on elegance forever. Sunglasses with a classic frame. There is a secret superpower that no cosmetics brand wants you to discover. A well-chosen pair of sunglasses can achieve what 3 hours of professional makeup only dream of accomplishing. This happens because, after 50, the skin around our eyes begins to tell stories we do not always want to share. The problem is that most women treat sunglasses as disposable accessories, purchasing models based on fleeting Instagram trends and ending up with drawers full of frames that seemed like a good idea at the store, but make them look like lost tourists in real life. This even happened to Queen Letizia of Spain, who understood that her sunglasses were not just sun protection, but a declaration of modern royal power, an elegant curtain that compels people to focus on her words and presence, not on her facial expressions. Classic models such as Aviator, Subtle Cat Eye, or Wayfarer serve as investments in timeless elegance, but above all, they function as a psychological strategy. When you wear sophisticated sunglasses, people automatically assume that the rest of your appearance matches that same level of refinement. It is a perception trick that works better than any augmented reality filter. Therefore, choose neutral colors like black, tortoiseshell, or gold, shades that will work in your favor for decades. So there, you have the 6 accessories that separate ordinary women from those whom people see and think, she must be someone important. A cashmere scarf, a silk scarf, small gold earrings, delicate gold bracelets, a discreet pearl necklace, and classic sunglasses. A list that costs less than an aesthetic procedure and works better than any filter. Here is the truth that nobody tells you. Elegance is not about money, it is about strategy. While other women collect clothes like trophies, you now know that 6 well-chosen items are worth more than an entire wardrobe of fast fashion. If you have made it this far, it is because something within you desires that transformation. Subscribe to the channel now and leave a like. You deserve to discover all the secrets that make a real difference in your elegance. Right here beside you is a video that will show you exactly how to combine these accessories without looking like you are trying too hard. Each strategy I share is another step toward becoming that woman everyone notices, but for all the right reasons. The journey to authentic elegance begins now. You do not need anyone's permission to shine, you only need the right knowledge. Comment below, "Elegance is my new signature," if you are ready for this transformation.